Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Easter. It's Easter Sunday, and since we're socially distancing ourselves from everyone, we thought we'd do something fun anyway and see if I can get all of you guys to come join us as well. And that is that I have a red-tailed hawk that is, I believe, ready for release. And this one you've not seen before. And the reason you haven't seen this particular red-tailed hawk is this one came in with quite a bit of damage to its right wingtip. And
a view from the window?
I was quite certain, yeah, you can do it from the window if you want. I was quite certain that we were going to have to euthanize it. And I didn't want to videotape one that we were going to have to euthanize. But after a few weeks of care, and we'll talk a little bit more about that, but let me go in and grab him real quick. So you can go ahead and go around soon. Hi, Redtail. Yeah, you're good, huh, sweetie? Can you get him, Sue?
Oh, is he on the ground?
Oh, he's a feisty little guy.
Come around this other side.
There we go. Feisty little thing. Anyway, actually it's a she. Don't know why I said he, but it's a cute little one. This one was brought to me, like I said, some severe damage to its right wingtip, and doing quite poorly. But it's looking good now, aren't you, sweetheart? Yes, you are. And so, what better way to celebrate Easter than to get a beautiful hawk put back in the wild where it belongs? And I've actually got I've got 3 more that will be going back soon, but this one's ready to go today. So let's go ahead and come on out and okay. Turn this down so you can have it on the GoPro as well. You can see my little friend here. Anyway, this is a juvenile. It's a female. And she was last spring, about a little less than a year ago, a baby. And she is now obviously full grown. She was hit by a car. And some very, very nice people brought her to me, and they were... And I had to be honest with them, and I told them that, you know, if we can't fix the wing, she probably will have to be euthanized, because that's the law. We have no choice in that matter. That's the way the law runs. And so we were quite sad. You know, the things that the wing wasn't broken to the point that, you have to keep going, Sue. The wing wasn't broken to the point where it was hanging, but it was definitely had some small bones of what would you consider like the wrist bones right here that were damaged. And those have healed up now. And when the people brought it in, they called me a couple of times, "How's the hawk doing?" And I says, "Well, you know, it's a wait and see." And she says, "Well, what do you think is the what's its odds of being able to return to the wild?" And I says, "Well, to be honest with you, not really good. You know, we're probably looking at maybe 20% chance that this hawk will be returned back to the wild." Again, that kind of injury, there's very little that can be done for it. The bones are small, you can't hit them. You can splint it, but if you put a splint on and hold the wing stable, what ends up happening is the bird ends up pulling on the bandages and does more damage. And so really the best thing we can do, since the wing wasn't drooping badly, is just leave it in a chamber all alone, very quiet, lots of food and water, in hopes that the isolation would heal the wound. But the concern was always that free lofting, and it can move around if it gets frightened while we're free lofting this poor little thing, that it could damage the wing more. And so it's a real guessing game as to what we're trying to do here. You know, do we free loft it? Do we bandage it and put it in a box, or in a box in the hospital? What do you do? And so I chose less is generally more. So I chose just as little intervention as possible. Have the hawk in a quiet chamber, in the hopes that it'll stay quiet enough that it will heal. And I think it paid off. And so here's our little red tail. Now, I don't want it to bounce around, so I'm going to walk over to the house and get a hood for her lying well. So that's, hopefully they'll just scab and fall off.
Okay.
Okay. Well, she's in the box. We'll see what we can do about getting her back in the wild where she belongs. Let's get my little friend here. Okay, little one. Yep. And watch those feet. Here we go, baby. There's my little one. You can see we're out here at Rush Lake Ranch, which is one of our more common places to release. There you go, sweetie. Let's get that off of you. And this is actually a wonderful place. Springtime. Lots of baby rodents around here. Everything from jackrabbits and cottontails to the ground squirrels, and chipmunks, and gophers, and all the things that red-tails like to eat. And there's a nice set of trees over there. And I see actually another red-tailed hawk sitting up with a tree over there, but that should be fine. Are you ready to go back to the wild, kiddo? Huh? Are you ready to go? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get you back in the sky, sweetie. Make sure all the cars are passed before we do. We don't want you to turn back and get hit by a car.
It's probably what got him in the first place.
That's probably what got him in the first place. That's right. Okay. Yep. Again, that's why we didn't want to right up to the pole. That's why we didn't want to release him with cars around, because he could go to a car. But he went up to the power pole, and it's a great place for him to sit and kind of get his bearings and figure out where he's at. Oh, and he feels better. He just rousted and said, "Wow, that's better. I'm free. I'm back where I belong." Well, how wonderful. Successful release. Another critter back in the sky. Or up, actually, another critter back on the power pole. Oh, a little kestrel's coming in to bug him, or bug her. That's a little kestrel falcon that you see flying around here. Quite common. They like to hover. I'm not sure the GoPro could pick that up very well. But they eat primarily large insects, mice, and small birds. And it's going all the way back to its. It may even have a nest in those trees somewhere, which is always fun. Well, there you go, folks. The red-tail back up in the sky, and unfortunately, I don't have the contact information for the people that brought it to us. Otherwise, I'd have called them and told them it was being released. So hopefully, they'll see her on this video and feel better that. What I considered a 20% chance of being released back to the wild became a 100% chance, because there she is, back where she belongs. So happy Easter, everyone. I hope you're all being healthy and safe, and there's another big rouse to stretch those feathers to feel better and happy.